Hey everybody, Texas Trucker here, Lance's Performance Shop, Lone Star Mopars.com. Sunday night here, just took a look at my first ever EZRed product, which kind of turned out to be disappointing, but it's sort of on me more than them. Although even in the function that it could be, it's not great. But if you're curious about that and missed the video, it was their quad little parts tray. You can go back and find that. However, what we have here, I have higher hopes for, and I knew exactly what I was buying when I got this, and I just hope that it doesn't suck. So, what we have, without further ado, right here from National Tool Warehouse, set me back 43-ish, somewhere in that range. Standard price is actually a very good buy on it. They're usually around 60 pretty much other places. It's from EZRed. Their part number is NK15OR, the OR being for orange. And as you can see, this is a rechargeable neck light. So, have I ever used a neck light? No. I was going to buy one from Harbor Freight. The Braun was around 30 bucks or so. They had a promo on it. I was going to be able to get it for like 15, and for whatever reason, it's one of those many times where I'm well within the realm of a sale, and I enter the code and it doesn't accept it, and I get frustrated, and I'm like, screw it, I just will wait. And in this case, that turned out to cost them, because I grabbed this because I thought it had some cool points. Number one, it's orange, and it's going to look great. Big fan of orange and black. So aesthetically, we're covered. We've got that part figured out. But the other thing, and more importantly, I don't have one. I was interested in one because I constantly find myself not having the light where I want it to be, right? I bought a headlamp from, they've had really good sales on some of the light stuff recently. I've not used it yet. It's one of the headlamp deals. I've never used one of those either, so we'll have to see how we like it. But I'm really happy with the work lights I have. It's just a situation where sometimes you can't position them. There's either no space in the fender well area, you know, because of headers or something, or if you like stick it to the hood, you know, assuming it's not glass or aluminum and you can actually do that, you just can't really position it, because then when you get your head over it and the light source is here, you just lost like 90% of the light that you were looking to have. So this is a deal. It's not going to interfere with anything. This is around my neck. My head and neck have to be tucked in there anyway, so this is just coming with me. I'm sure there's instances where I like bang and drag it or something stupid, but for the most part, you know, like it should tuck in below my chin, and I'm willing to give it a go. So the thing I liked about this is, A, it's not like, you know, consumable battery. It's rechargeable battery. You can see we've got the cord back here, and you can operate them independently. So that was, to me, kind of a selling point. Looking at the packaging, you can see here it's the Anywear rechargeable neck light, hands-free, which again, huge selling point. Direct the light where you need it. This looks to sort of swivel a little bit. It resets, rests comfortably around the neck. It's dimmable, and it's rugged and made to last. That will all be subject to actually using it. They claim that the light beams pivot 90 degrees, so basically consider this, you know, straight down, and we could come out like that. So whatever position you're in, hopefully that works for you. It's not like a full, I don't think it is, it could be. If they consider that, I'd call that, you know, like 180, but, you know, maybe it is just A to B, we'll find out. Flipping it around, 300 lumens, again, that's the big selling point light-wise. Hands-free, directs it where you need it, should be comfortable, we'll have to test that. Dimmable, rugged and made to last. It's got a Y cord, so it's basically a USB cable with a splitter. That could come in handy for a number of things, assuming you just leave it connected in. We'll have to see. This is showing, yeah, just the 90 degrees there. And then it's great for professionals, grilling. I have seen people do that. Outdoors or camping, exercising. It kind of, to me, is going to depend, like, what I was doing and what this does when you're sweaty. Let's just cut to the chase there. So without further ado, 300 lumens, it'll be functional, they claim, 3 hours on high beam, 9 hours on low beam, which is pretty good to get you through a day. 25 meter, kind of your projection, it'll deflect 1 meter, and it's going to be safe in rain. So please remove insulator from light before using. Totally not sure what they mean by that, but whatever. Well, turn to the Cuttix for our answers by further investigation. Let's see here. Probably ought to cut this part just in case this takes a while. I hate this packaging. I mean, I get why they did it, so people don't steal it, but it just kind of sucks to have to cut through this stuff all the time. So, let's see, where was my stop point there? And maybe we can nest her out of there. This the time. Just be rough with it. I mean, that's always the answer in my opinion. So, yep, there she goes. If you can't survive that, it's not worth having it. That's what I always say. So, what on God's green earth have these people done back here? Okay, so decent presentation, but in terms of consumer friendliness, we're going to give it a -2. So, that's not terrible, but I mean, you know, it's one of those things. So right here, we've got some instructions. We'll toss those off where they belong to the side. And right here, let's go ahead and see if I can find the end of this wrap. Again, I always keep these things. You never know when you're going to need them. That's why they sit back over there. And it's a decent sized cord. I was afraid it was going to be one of those little cheap, stupid, tiny deals. Maybe 3 feet or so. Basically across one corner of the mat to the other. And then the splitter, they actually did give you a decent amount of length there. Once you get these kind of flexed out and not in there as packed, you should be fine. So that's cool. It was included. This didn't go flying too far away. There it is. Looks much better out of the packaging. There's a look at the business end. You got the EZRed logo there. Again, you can find these on far, far, far more expensive outlets, but for me, this is sort of where it's at. Let's just keep this one in the full low position, and this we're going to come up in the full high. This is strictly talking about the position of the light. Let's use this one now. You've got your power button. Your USB is actually right there, so that's what that cover is for, sort of a dust port. This is the power button. Pretty bright, right? 300 lumens. If I tap it twice, where is the dim button? That becomes our next question. And I totally don't know. Let's see. If you can't tell, I don't really invest a lot of times in some of these products I'm not too terribly interested in. Huh. I straight up do not know. We might have to grab those directions. Let's see. Let me check. So that's one click off. Next time looks to be the same. I did 2 rapid clicks there. Huh. Tell you what, give me a little bit of time to find what I threw off to the side, and we'll see how you actually dim this thing. Alright, so we found our answer. Let me just briefly skim through this front page of instructions for you in my native language of English. On-off operation. Press the power button once on each light to turn them on or off. Boom, we're rocking with this one on. Hold the power button down to operate the dimming feature. I guess you can kind of like scale that infinitely? Huh. I don't know. Guess we'll have to play with that. Kind of cool though. At least now we know. When you recharge it, you're going to connect the end of the cord into any USB port or adapter. Plug both ends of the micro USB into the left and right side. Green will indicate fully charged. Red indicates that it's 10% or less and charging is needed. Again, you can kind of see the indicators right there. So if you're charging, green is going to indicate you're good to go. If you're charging, yellow is going to indicate that it's charging. And if you're using this and you see the red, well, that's going to mean what you think it's going to mean. You're getting low, you need to recharge it soon. So, with that said, I'm going to now, it's kind of weird because I'm behind the camera here, but I'm going to put this around my neck, see what I think of it. It actually fits. It's a bit tight, but I guess it needs to be. So I'm just going to freewheel this for us. And I've got the left side on, sort of leaning left to right. Now I've got the right side on, I'm sort of leaning left to right. That's a good chunk of light. Like here they are together working. You can kind of see as I spread them out here, the middle of the Omega M is not lit up. As that closes naturally, you get all the light directed there. So again, watch my thumbs here and watch the light spread. I don't want to pull that too far apart. In terms of is it comfortable, currently it's like in the 60s, but it's also February. So I mean, let's check back in like June or July and see how this goes. So I think I'm going to like it though. What I'm going to do here, we'll do, I guess, 2 quick tests. It might be hard for me to film it. But I'll try to get on a creeper with this thing on. I know that seems dumb, but it's something I really wanted to try, just to compare it to the neck light. And then we'll do like the engine bay of the truck or something, since it's easy to get to. So give me a second and we will make that happen. Alright, so engine bay of the 408 Ram. No lights on the EZRed are on right now. I've got the camera sort of here. I'm standing here. I'm going to come in. I'm going to turn on the right side, which will sort of hit the camera. I think you can tell a difference. Now I'm going to turn on the left side. Boom. I mean, let me tilt my head down, get the lights out of there. Now I'm standing normally. That's a good amount of light, and I've got this hand totally free. This one would be too if it wasn't holding a camera. So in terms of surprising effective, yes, passes that test. What I'm going to do now is get under the truck, and we'll see how it goes. Lights on, lights off. Under the truck with no light, we're going to try to hit the one that is least likely to do anything because the camera will block it. So I feel like you're not getting to appreciate what just happened there. Let me hit that one, and yeah, definitely not comfortable, but also functional. So it's really hard for me to see what the camera is seeing, and I can't really swivel too far out of here. But I think in a standalone situation, you'd actually be good. So, what are the final thoughts on this little guy? I'm actually pretty excited about it, I'm not gonna lie. It's not one of those things that's gonna not show to you through a camera with my limited, like I'm one guy, I don't have a film crew here. So it sort of limits the effectiveness there of my ability to showcase this in weird situations where it's beneficial. But I gotta say, I think it was still evident to see it puts out decent light, and it totally frees up your hand. So for those weird situations where your work light doesn't fit, or it's like super awkward, or it's constantly falling or interfering with your ability to get the job done, this is a hands-free option, and I gotta say, it's seeming like a decent investment at 43 bucks. So we'll see how long it lasts. Once I get like some real-world usage with it, we'll sort of know better. Similarly, we'll kind of get a feel for the battery life. The 9 hours is pretty impressive. I think it was 3 on high beam, so I mean, it'll get you through a job or two if you're using this daily for DIY people. Like, it'll cover your weekend project more than likely. Maybe charge it, you know, Friday night, Saturday night, home free. But yeah, that's my first EZRed product, which totally was on me. It's not quite what I thought it was. Here's the second one. This is a darker orange that looks way better, in my opinion. And if you'll note, it hangs beautifully with one of those hooks, which is exactly what I had in mind for its resting spot. But once again, just kind of down here, I don't have much in here right now, so let's just look here, and I'm going to turn on only one side. Decent light. I'm going to hold it down. Dimmed. Cool. So yeah, I mean, it's something you honestly are going to just have to play with it, see what you think of it. But 43 is a little spendy. I'd love to see that around like the Harbor Freight price of 29. Maybe if I can catch that thing on sale again, the little Quantum one, we'll try it out, compare and contrast them. But for now, I'm just going to roll with this one, and I think it looks promising. So with that said, if you have used this, what do you think of it? How do you like it? If you're a neck light person, maybe you don't have this, maybe you have like some state-of-the-art super fancy one. Maybe you've had like a lower tech one from 15 years ago and you're still using it because you love it that much. What are you using? How are you liking it? If you have first-hand experience with this, how did you like it? How does it compare to other options you have tried? That's the type of information I like to see in the comments section. Why? Because it helps people that were interested in this product. And why would they be here? Because they're interested in it. And so I've got my little first-hand impressions of it. I don't have a year, 2 years, 5 years of experience with it. I've never worn a neck light ever that I can think of anyway. So I don't have like anything to fall back on there to help people. So your thoughts and opinions always appreciated, whether this is trash, whether it's a great option, whether it's an awesome mid-tier. Tell people your thoughts and experiences. That's what we're trying to go here for. So with that said, first EZRed, second EZRed. Is there a third? You'll have to wait and find out. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, it's kind of just hard for me to showcase this with a big camera and tight quarters, but I think you get the gist of it, so hopefully it did a decent job for you. If you watch my automotive videos when we're doing repair work, there's a very good chance you're going to see me wearing this thing. I'll try to reference when I have it on, whether it's like a lifesaver or I hate it. It's also going to be interesting to see what this is like, again, June through September, basically, when it's like 90 degrees. But that may change the way I feel about it. However, right now it looks good, it seems functional, and I'm excited to get to use it. So that's all I could really ask for at this point in time with the product. So LoneStarMopars.com is the website. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all three at Lone Star Mopars. With that said, you know the drill. If you like the video, leave a like. If you like a lot of the videos, I encourage you to subscribe. We've got new content every Saturday morning at 9, also typically Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Texas time. Some of you call that Central Standard Time. But, once again, thanks for watching, and I will catch you back here for more from the shop.